the Caldwell County Board of Education, and we want to welcome everybody here. And in case you were wondering, 15 shopping days till Christmas. Also, it's our last board meeting before Christmas, so we certainly want to wish each of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's certainly a busy time for everyone, and it seems like Thanksgiving was just a short time ago, and Christmas is just a few weeks away, so very short time between the two holidays there. But we do appreciate your being here with us this evening. We do have some students from West Caldwell High School that are here on assignment. Where are you? Raise your hands. Okay, we got several, and one in the back from Mr. Ramsey's class at West Caldwell High School. What class is it?
Honors.
Honors. Civics. Okay. Well, we'll have an opportunity later to speak with y'all. At this time, I'd like to recognize fellow board member Mrs. Ann Edwards for the invocation for the board.
Our calendar tells us that this is the season of peace, hope, and joy. Numerous examples of these three words can be found throughout our schools. Your presence here tonight as parents and grandparents confirm what I believe, and that is that we cherish our children and grandchildren and that we hold a shared vision. That vision is that by supporting our dedicated educators, administrators, and support staff, that all of our students can receive a quality education. This Board of Education is very, very active, along with our superintendent and administrators, as we visit in our schools. And I hope that you plan to visit your students and the schools that you represent during this season of hope and joy. And as we visit throughout the season, may we be both mindful and thankful of the talents and skills visible throughout the schools. Should you choose to do so, would you please pause now for a moment of reflection and thankfulness for the employees in our system who are leading our children. May their quest for knowledge lead all students to a quality education where their life is truly blessed with peace, hope, and joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Edwards. Next item on our agenda tonight is the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, and we have several students from Hudson Elementary School. We have Hunter and Noah Clay, son of Bradley and Misty Clay. Is Briley not here? She's not here tonight, that's what my understanding. And we also have Paisley Cable, daughter of Monty and Jessica Cable. So if everyone will please rise.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Hunter, Noah, Paisley, for being here with us tonight. Next item is the approval of the agenda, which the board has had opportunity to look over. Do I hear a motion that we approve the agenda as presented?
I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion passes. Next is the approval of work session and closed session general account minutes from November the 4th, 2019. Do I hear a motion that we approve that set of minutes?
Chairman Pennell, I move that we approve both the regular session and closed session general account minutes from November the 12th, 2019.
Second. Any comments or questions or additions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next is the approval of the regular session and closed session general account minutes from November the 12th, 2019. Do I hear a motion that we approve the regular session and closed session minutes of that date?
I'll make the motion to approve the sessions of November 12th.
Second
Yes.
the motion.
In a second. Any comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is announcements, and I recognize Mr. Dwayne Knight.
Thank you. On December the 20th, we will have early release. Also for you kids, just in case you don't know, holiday break will be December 23rd to the 3rd of January. Also, our next board meeting is January the 13th.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. Dr. Phipps, you have a few to add?
Yeah, Mr. Knight mentioned the early release on the 20th. That'll be a 3-hour early release to make sure that everyone's aware of that. And also, there are various concerts and performances that are going on throughout the county. We encourage you to check with your child's school for dates and times, and certainly encourage you to participate and attend those.
We know that many of you have come tonight for the honors and recognition, and we're very happy to do that. The board's going to move down here in just a minute to congratulate those winners. I want to call on Mrs. Libby Brown, Community Relations Director, who will lead us through this part of our agenda.
Good evening, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chairman Branch, board members, and Dr. Phipps. If you haven't had a chance, please look down the hallway, down the main hallway in the Education Center, and admire the beautiful artwork that's on display. And this artwork will be on display throughout the holidays and through the month of January. So bring your friends and your relatives back and show off your children's artistic talents. And that's what we're going to recognize first here with the Board of Education members. We're going to recognize the artwork of High Brighton High School students. David Caldwell is the principal and Jenna Bailey is the art teacher. So we're going to start with Darian Alston, and we hope our high school students made it this evening. We know exams are coming close, but he is a junior. Darian Alston, a junior. Okay. We have Haley Grimbeck, and she is a 10th grader, High Brighton High School. We have a freshman on display, the artwork of a freshman, Averly Lee, High Brighton High School student. And we have Jaden McLeod, and Jaden is a junior at High Brighton High School. And Caitlin Story. Caitlin Story is our senior of the bunch from High Brighton. And Jenna, thank you for teaching them so many talents and to explore their talents, because it's a beautiful piece of artwork we have on display. This is High Brighton High School. Would you like to do South Caldwell as well? Let's get pictures of High Brighton. So we're going to pause, parents, and let you come up and get pictures. We're going to move you to the center. Okay. Good, Kimberly. Can you stand? Yeah, go ahead, get your shot. This is for families to recognize our students. So let's give them a big round of applause. Our next group is from South Caldwell High School, and Rob Bliss is the principal, Natalie Hayes and Jamie Stewart are the art teachers. And we will start with our sophomore from South, Jalen Fox. So Jalen Fox from South Caldwell. Then we have a senior, Tatum Risling. So Tatum, is Tatum here to speak? We have Sarah Sandberg. Sarah is a junior at South Caldwell. We have Kennedy Teague. Kennedy, a senior from South Caldwell High School. So we'll give Kennedy an applause. And Ava Weaver. Ava Weaver is a freshman from South Caldwell High School. So here are the students who can make it this evening. If you want to get front and center. And we'll top it off this evening, our Education Center Art Gallery with West Caldwell High School. And the first student is Emily Amado, and she is a 10th grader from West Caldwell High School. Craig Styron is the principal, and Kevin Abey is the art teacher. And we have Jacqueline Ballesteros Robles, and she is also a sophomore. Caitlin Collins. Caitlin is a senior at West Caldwell High School. And Lillian Martin. Lillian Martin is a sophomore at West Caldwell High School. And Alexis Sanders. So Alexis is a senior. This is her last year at West Caldwell High School. So let's give our West Caldwell High School so feel free to take pictures. We will post these on our website too if you didn't bring your phone or your camera. Kevin, come on up. No. We want a picture with you too. Come on up. Let's give Kevin a, this is their art teacher at West Caldwell. I couldn't do it without you, Kevin. Janie Rickman, Baton Elementary teacher. Laura Arizmendi, Baton data manager. They both have been instrumental in organizing the only after-school 4-H club, not only at the elementary level, but in the school district. We are proud of their efforts to partner with agencies within the county to provide enriching and fun activities for students at Baton Elementary, and there is a focus on STEM with 4-H now. And we'd like to congratulate not only Ms. Rickman and Ms. Arizmendi for the Baton Bear Paws 4-H club, but we want to bring up the Baton Bears, so let's bring up all the students in the 4-H club from Baton Elementary School. And Jason Tiefteller, the principal, is here. And this is not just a special night to recognize them for their presence now in the Caldwell County School System as our first official 4-H club after school, but we also have Sarah Moyer, and Sarah is the extension agent here in Caldwell County, and she would like to make a special presentation. Sarah?
So 4-H is an organization for youth ages 5 to 18, and one of the delivery modes for 4-H is after school, and so we're very proud and very honored to present this evening the Baton Elementary Fair Cause 4-H Club on behalf of the United States Department of Agriculture, 4-H headquarters, and North Carolina Cooperative Extension, their official 4-H charter.
Congratulations. And Sarah, we want you in there too in the picture. Parents, go ahead and get us in. There's more artwork that we would like to recognize this evening, which is a very special treat during the holidays. The district-wide holiday art contest produced some outstanding entries at every grade level, and we'd like to recognize the winners. We're going to start at the high school level. Madeline Wachter, she is a senior at High Brighton High School, and the art teacher is Jenna Bailey, and the principal is David Caldwell. So I wish oh, there it is. I want you to see this beautiful artwork that this is part of our holiday card. And Miss Bailey, if you'd like to come up with her. This is Miss Bailey. And they get a set of their own artwork with a Christmas card. And they also won a $25 gift card. And so did the art teacher, because they deserve that too. At the middle school level, Emily Jinkerson, 6th grade, Hudson Middle School. The art teacher is Kelly Woody, and the principal is Katie Elliott. So let's give... Yeah. How many days left for Christmas shopping? 15? And then we have the elementary winner. And the card is even, if you can see the card. Elementary school level, Anderson Neal, 5th grade. Dudley Shoals Elementary, art teacher is Alexis Buchanan, and principal Ryan Cooper. So, congratulations. And I think those have been mailed to all 114 superintendents in the state, so we like to brag about our artistic students. Want to come to the center? Let's give them a big round of applause. Yes. Congratulations. Yeah. they didn't get into their hands somehow, so I'm gonna make sure these get them. There's the next one. Okay, we'd like to recognize another district-wide contest winner for the District Agriculture Expo Logo Contest. And this was open to all students in the district, and we were impressed by the number of entries we received. And we'd like to congratulate the winner this evening. The winner is Ethan Laws, and Ethan is a sophomore at High Brighton High School, and he is the winner of our Expo Logo Contest. His graphic arts teacher is Aaron Tucker at High Brighton High School, and his principal is David Caldwell at High Brighton High School. So, Mr. Tucker, if you'd like to join us.
He did all of it.
So it's a great job. And our expo is in March, so please, I think it's March 26, 27. So please put that on your calendars. Okay, we have one more contest and winners that we would like to celebrate tonight. The North Carolina School Boards Association held a statewide poster and video contest recently, and it was not short of entries from Caldwell County School students. So first of all, if you'll look around the room here on both sides, you'll see these pieces of artwork posted. Those were posters entered, and they were honorable mentions. So let's give a big round of applause for those students. And we'd like to congratulate some of our video winners, and we actually have video clips for you to see tonight. We would like to start by congratulating honorable mentions, Collettsville School, and I think Chris Kameth had a hand in that, took a lead in that, and that's Kim Heineman's student, so thank you for that. And Corey Trivett couldn't be here this evening, the principal. And South Caldwell High School, Andrew Cook, a teacher there, took the lead in their video. So can we do two and then stop? So let's do the two honorable mentions that we have here from Collettsville School and South Caldwell High School. They're really short videos that you can see the effort that went into it. It did have a theme, so let's see. The theme was, what's super about public schools? So you can kind of tell where they were going. And remember, that was done by a student, that one from Collettsville, so thank you, Ms. Hyman. The next one there was help from a teacher, Andrew Cook at South Caldwell.
Deja, what makes public schools super?
It's all the friendships you make.
No, it's the math classes.
No, it's theater class. What happened?
No, it's health science class.
No, es la clase de español.
No, it's science classes.
Not right, it's sports.
No, it's the arts. No, it's English classes.
No, it's photography class.
No, it's social studies classes.
No, it's our teachers!
That about sums it up.
Yeah.
So we had a second place winner in the statewide video contest, and that was from the Early College High School. So the person who took the lead in that was Amanda Briegel. And before we bring them all up to the front, let's take a look at the Early College High School's second place win in the statewide video contest.
People are right. Public schools are the worst. What did you just say? Don't you want choices and opportunity?
Don't you want free, quality education?
Don't you want help from supportive teachers and staff?
Do you want to be ready for college, career,
And life? Don't you want a diverse learning community?
Public schools can do all of this for you.
The public school community is here for you. Just look.
Let me in! I want to be in public schools!
And then Dr. Phipps reminded me they won a trophy and $2,000 for that second place win. So let's give them another round of applause. And any representatives here this evening from Collegeville or from South Caldwell or from the Early College? I know Meredith Griffin's here, principal. Just come on up and get your certificate. And anyone you'd like to bring with you. Good job. Okay, if you want to move toward the center. Little, okay.
Okay, on three. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, we have a business meeting in a few minutes here. Now would be the appropriate time if you choose to leave. You may have dinner, you may have homework to do, you may have some shopping to do. But nonetheless, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. Thank you for being here.
I'm sorry. Which card? Which card?
Her mom's cool.
Listen, we will teach you instinct and we
You got brought this for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't bring anything.
Yeah, because probably court kids.
I feel pretty well. Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Next is our public comment.
And all the other LEAs.
Dan? Are you Dan? They'll call you up.
She already had a list for that, so it's in case she needs that list.
Okay, we'll continue on with the meeting. Next on the agenda is public comment, and we do have one person for public comment tonight. It is a 3-minute time limit, and Mr. Hall, our attorney, will be the one in charge of that, and the board will not respond in any way, but we're happy to have you with us here, Dan Pierce, Chairman of the Caldwell County Friends of the NRA. So,
I've got a packet of information for each one of you. There's actually some extra. I've done talked to Dr. Phelps in the past on some of this information, but the thing I'm out here tonight for is the schools get grants from us each year. And you'll find a paper in here over the last few years. We gave Caldwell County schools about $40,000. And it's in the form of a grant that they get from us each year. All they got to do is file for it. There's some other programs in here called the YES program they can work on, and it can even mount up to a $50,000 scholarship. There is, in the back of the program here, there's a couple little pamphlets about, called the SHIELD program. It's making our schools safer. More information can be obtained from the NRA. But what I'm asking you for is, we put on a banquet each year to raise money. We're a 503c corporation, and we're a part of the NRA, but not. And we just raise this money each year. Since conception, we've raised, well, the paper here says $600 million. We've raised closer to $900 million across the nation to give back to schools and shooting programs and things that they request and need. But we need your help on helping us to help you on selling tickets. We put on a banquet each year, and we're just a little different because we're a nationwide program. We have to pay for what we put on. It costs me about $21,000 each year to put on this banquet to raise money that goes back to the schools. Half of what we raise goes back to the NRA to support programs like the SHIELD program you'll see there, the Eddie Eagle program. Eddie Eagle costs the schools nothing. It's a great program. It's nationwide. It's the only approved program for child safety. But according to the rules of the Caldwell County, the way I understand it, they cannot sell tickets unless money goes straight back to the school. Well, there's no way that we can do that and help you as much as we would like. Our prices are going up each year. The state's put on this new tax, and it eats up a lot of money. But we would like for you to help us let the kids in the program like JROTC the FFA, and things of that nature help us sell banquet tickets. If I could get one ticket in the hand of each one of the students through the county that's involved in this, that would help us tremendously. Just one ticket. But with the way it is now, they can't sell the tickets. And we want to help you, we want to give you this money. But I just need your help in doing it. Help me, help you, is all I'm asking.
Okay, we thank you for your comments, Mr. Pierce. We
And
appreciate it.
I encourage you to read this because it's very interesting.
Okay,
You'll find some interesting things in there that they've never heard of at the schools here. And they can apply for, it costs nothing.
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda, recognize Associate Superintendent for Auxiliary Services, Dr. Jeff Church.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Dr. Phipps. On our work session last week, the board approved a donation from the church family for South Caldwell High School athletics. Since that time, we have an additional donation that has come before the board, increasing the amount to $400,000 to serve the students for providing athletic equipment and facility enhancements in honor of Brandon Church. So I respectfully request the approval of the additional amount for the total gift being $400,000.
Make a motion, we accept it.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Any comments? Questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And certainly, we appreciate the church family in this project. Next, I would like to recognize our Assistant Superintendent for Human Resource Services, Dr. Bill Griffin.
Yes, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chairman Branch, members of the board, Dr. Phipps. Before I begin my business section this evening, there's some folks that I'd like to recognize. I do apologize. I think we have some student teachers that are with us this evening. We had asked them to come be recognized by you guys as the Board of Education to say thank you for completing their student teaching with us this fall semester. We had a total of 7 people who did their student teaching, or students who completed their student teaching within Caldwell County Schools for the fall semester from their respective universities. This is an outstanding way, number one, to say thank you and congratulations on what your accomplishments and what you've completed. But also, a lot of these folks is kind of a pathway for us as employment for our school system. I think student teaching is a wonderful avenue for you to learn and understand what it is for teaching, but we also, as future employees, are also looking for great, competent young people to take on a career in education. So we're honored to work with our local universities. Again, we had ASU and Western Governors University this fall, but already in the spring we have 38 students that are student teaching with us in Caldwell County. So we're very close to multiple universities, and we're honored to be able to help these student teachers fulfill what they need to upon their graduation requirements. I'd like to recognize those 7 folks that student taught with us this semester. And when I call your name, if you would, please come forward and we'll get a picture and just say congratulations to you, and hopefully we can work with you in the future. And the board, thanks you guys for coming down forward. First of all, Bailey Bumgarner, student taught at Sawmills Elementary School, elementary education from Appalachian State University. Hannah Daniels, South Caldwell High School, Theater Arts from Appalachian State University. Bailey Land, Lower Creek Elementary School, graduate from Appalachian State University. William Sherrill, did a student at Granite Falls Elementary School, elementary education from Appalachian State University. Rose Stevens, Collinsville School, elementary education from Appalachian State University. And Lauren Vines, Hudson Elementary School, student teaching in elementary education, graduate of Appalachian State University. Our last participant, Becky Thomas, did a student teaching at West Lenore Elementary and West Caldwell High School, special education at Western Governors University. If Becky's with us. Thank you guys for being here, and we certainly look forward to hopefully working with you in the future. And if we can ever be any assistance, please let us know. Congratulations to you. Thank you very much. Agenda items that I have for us this evening. Subject A, Human Resources Usual and Customary Informational Items. These do not require action at this time. Any questions about any of those? Category B, Human Resources Usual and Customary Action Items. Contracts, I respectfully request at this time approval of those action items presented before you.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the Human Resource Services usual and customary action items as presented?
I move that we approve the contracts as Dr. Griffin presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Subject C, Human Resources Usual and Customary Action Items. Our substitute list, I respectfully request approval of those action items as presented.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the Human Resource usual and customary personnel action items as presented by Dr. Griffin?
Chair, I make a motion to approve the Human Resources usual and customary personnel action items as presented.
Second.
I second the motion.
Comments? All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
And lastly, subject D, December board transfers for 2019-2020 school year. Total transfers requested are 13. Transfers recommended for board approval this evening are 13. Transfers not recommended are 0, which brings us to a total for the 19-20 school year of 1,816. 2 of those transfers were revoked, and total transfers revoked 5 for the year. At this time, I respectfully ask approval of those items as presented.
Do I hear a motion we approve the December board transfers for 2019-2020?
I'll make the motion to approve the transfers.
Second?
The motion.
All right. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Griffin. Next is our Chief Financial Officer, Mr. David Johnson.
Good afternoon. Mr. Chairman, board members, and Dr. Phipps, I have 2 quick amendments tonight. Budget amendment number 2 is for the state public school fund, is $1,346,195. You'll remember, excuse me, you'll remember when we talked in the board work session, we actually approved a budget at the last board meeting, and I said that with the current status of the budget, we would probably get a lot of piecemeal stuff. So here are additional pieces to our budget that we did not have when we first approved the budget. So the first one is for adjustments for principal salary increases, retirement rate increases, hospitalization rate increase, and the approved teacher step. That's for the state public school fund. And I also have budget amendment number 3. Primarily, it is for PRC 60, IDA Title 6B, and PRC 104, language acquisition. Both those are federal grants in the amount of $2.6 million. I would like to request that these budget amendments be approved as submitted. If approved, it'll bring the total budget for Caldwell County Schools to $116,070,537.12.
Do I hear a motion that we approve the state and federal grant budget amendments as presented by Mr. Johnson?
I make a motion we approve both amendments 2 and 3 as presented by Mr. Johnson.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Anyone have any comments or questions of Mr. Johnson? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Next, we have Dr. Katrina McKellen, Education Program Services Assistant Superintendent.
Good evening, Chairman Pennell, Vice Chairman Branch, Dr. Phipps, and the Board of Education. This evening, I'm coming before you to request approval for our summer program plan. So the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction allows school districts to hold a summer program in which we remediate students who did not score a level 3, 4, or 5 on the end of course or an end of grade test, and then we can re-administer that test, and that test can then count in the school's proficiency grade as we are looking at the school report card grade. So in essence, we can remediate and retest and improve proficiency scores in our elementary, middle, K-8, and high schools. We showed you the plan at last week's board work session. This year, due to the new standards in reading, we can only remediate and retest in math and science. But we respectfully request your approval for the plan that is in front of you for this summer's program.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the summer program for the Caldwell County School System as presented?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion to approve the Caldwell County Schools summer program as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any questions? Any comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Let me comment on it now.
All right?
I'd like to state, just for the record, and I think the board would back me on saying this, we are really in favor of reducing testing, and I think if the public sees this, it looks like additional testing. This is certainly in the realm of trying to work with our schools to improve proficiency ratings, but please be rest assured that we are working with the folks in Raleigh to try to find a better solution than end-of-grade and end-of-course testing, and we'll continue to work until we have a resolution that would be a more fitting way to assess and have an accountability model that's more accurately reflective of what's going on in our schools. But this is because of the system that we have to support that work, but we'll continue to work on finding a solution that's better than what we currently have.
Thank you.
And we know that you're working hard on that. We
We are.
appreciate it so much. Dr. Phipps, you have...
Item
your next on
10A
the
is a
agenda.
resolution that came to us from the School Boards Association that I'm requesting board approval on tonight. What this is about is almost $730 million of civil penalty money that's been collected back since 2008. And this is a resolution that would ask the General Assembly to approve during its January 2020 session a multi-year plan to repay the remaining $729.7 million judgment for civil penalties that should have gone to public school units for school technology. And we're just asking for approval of this in support of this resolution that was created by the School Board Association. Again, this is money from some state agencies that's been collected and it should have gone to the state public school fund.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the resolution urging the state to take action to remit the civil penalties unconstitutionally withheld from North Carolina public schools, as Dr. Phipps has indicated? Is there a motion?
Chairman Pennell, I move that we approve the resolution urging the state to take action to remit the civil penalties.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes.
Item 10B is your request for approval of a time-sensitive policy revision. This is 7241, drug and alcohol testing of commercial motor vehicle operators. This is a new federal requirement that's coming down effective in January, and we need to have this approved in this December meeting. You've had a chance to review that. We have, if there's any feedback that we need from Cabinet, you certainly can provide it. Our Transportation Department is working on this. For anyone who has a CDL, there's some new requirements that are in place, and we're working on pulling all that together so that we're doing what we need to be doing, and our drivers are aware of what's required of them as well.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve policy 7241 on drug and alcohol testing of commercial motor vehicle operators as presented by Dr. Phipps?
I move that we approve policy 7241 related to drug and alcohol testing as presented by Dr. Phipps.
Second? Anyone?
Second.
Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes. Okay. Next item on the agenda is the board needs to go into closed session.
When we come out, we'll be here.
Yeah. And do I hear a motion that the board goes into closed session?
Chairman Pennell, I move that we go into closed session pursuant to the reasons listed on our current agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And motion passes. We will be in closed session, and there is possible action once we come out. Okay, no action will be taken tonight on any item. Next on the agenda is information from our State Board meeting that we had in Greensboro a few weeks back. How do we want to do this? Somebody want to comment on a session? Chris, you want to start?
Yeah, I'd love to. This was my first state School Board Association conference since being elected last year. I found it to be very rewarding and educational. Most of the sessions that I attended dealt with mental health. One specifically titled Little Bodies, Big Emotions, and it focused on one elementary school's study of a book called Fostering Resilient Learning. And it really resulted in a system-wide change within their school district at the end of the study. It talked about supporting students with histories of trauma, with high ACE scores or Adverse Childhood Experience scores. I really enjoyed it. I did.
I'm not going to comment on a specific one because we all attended, but this is the agenda, and it starts at 8 in the morning and goes till 5 all day. And we have opportunities. We're all in general sessions, but then we break out, and like Chris went to a specific one, each board member can pick and choose any topic that they want. Those sessions last usually 45 minutes, and then you go to another one. So they're called breakout sessions. There's 5 opportunities for breakout sessions to go to those. And, I personally use them for information that I'm not that familiar with, or maybe like I like to go to some of the CTE, but the mental health issues, we each one go to different ones just to broaden our knowledge. Each of us has different things that we have interest in, and it's making Caldwell County schools better. So we sort of choose from that. But that would be my comment on it. It's very interesting.
Okay. Ann?
I would just like to say that in addition to the sessions that we go to, and I thought these sessions were the most interesting and most appropriate of any that I have ever attended since I've been a board member. But I want to also comment that we have an opportunity to be voting delegates at the state level. And so sitting here, I think every one of us went to those sessions where we were voting delegates and had an opportunity to vote on the agenda that is selected for our state board to focus on, and where we elect the people who represent us there. And so I'm proud to serve with people who have that opportunity and do it. And I want to mention one other thing. During the award ceremony, it was a wonderful award ceremony, and many people, and you saw our students tonight who were recognized from 3 different schools and displays of work from Caldwell County. It made me very proud. But in addition to that, they mentioned Raleigh Dingman Award winners. And as I went through that list of people, I just want to mention that our own Janet Wilson in 1984 was awarded that particular award. And I'm proud that since there are just a very few people that ever received that award, that Caldwell County was indeed the recipient of that award in 1 year for service. And I think we have much to be proud of in our schools.
I've learned through the years not to go to the breakout session that had a sponsor. It's an hour-long advertisement, much like a timeshare presentation. I did go to 5 breakout sessions, won't worry about it, but Jones County, for instance, built the first school in over 30 years. Dare County built affordable housing to recruit new teachers. Whiteville adapted to floodwaters after Hurricane Florence. I learned how to communicate with millennials. I did attend a session with the lottery, and it was propaganda stating that by 2029 they'll give us the money that they owe us. So we'll wait on that. These meetings were held at the Four Seasons Convention Center, and you ladies know where the Four Seasons Mall is. Okay. When I think of Four Seasons, I think of spring, summer, you know. That's wrong. Four Seasons Mall and that convention center was named for that tree carving in the lobby. I read the little insignia below, and it said, it's about the four seasons of life. You got infancy, youth, adulthood, and old age. That's the four seasons. So we're here to take youth to adulthood. So that's what we do as a Board of Education.
Teresa.
One of the lunch sessions was probably the most inspiring part of the time in Greensboro for me. Anthony Johnson was the speaker. He's a teacher in Rowan and Salisbury schools, and he was a high school dropout. He now has multiple honors: the Apple Distinguished Educator, Innovative Educator, Teacher of the Year. He's been featured on the Today Show. He's an awesome, inspirational speaker, and part of his message was thinking about the why of what we do, that to encourage teachers not to just think about what am I supposed to do today, or principals, what am I supposed to do, but why we do what we do. And I think that can be transferred to any part of life, you know, as a student, not just what do I have to do to get through my classes today, but why am I here? And, you know, I'm learning things that are going to make a difference in my future. And so he was very inspiring to me. He showed a video clip, and I listened to it on the way over here to the board meeting. If you go to YouTube and you search Amazing Grace, the why, it's one of his sessions, and he asked a music teacher in the audience to sing Amazing Grace, just out of the blue, to sing Amazing Grace. And he sings it. And then he gives him a scenario. Just imagine you've been shot in the back and someone in your family, you know, passes away, and sing it again. And the passion and inspiration that he provided during that second singing of Amazing Grace, it just touches your heart. And I just want to encourage everybody to think about the why we do what we do.
Well, certainly in addition to the artwork that you see here, and they had, 250 pieces or so of artwork, and we had these as honorable mentions, and this was elementary, and then the great job that that Caldwell did, and South Caldwell, and then the early college. There were many high schools across the state that entered that, and we were fortunate, I guess, to have a winner. I really think we should have won first place in that, but nonetheless, we did quite well and got $2,000. But I think another thing that was a highlight too is the entertainment. They like to spotlight entertainment during their general session at lunch, and they had a group from Cherokee Central, and they played music like I have not heard. It was just phenomenal, and they sang, I assume, in their language, and it was just wonderful to hear, and a real blessing to all of us that we were able to be there and see those students perform and hear the music that they provided for us. So it was a great conference, and we all participated in many breakout sessions and many various activities while we were there. It's always a great conference to go to, so we are very pleased about the results of this year's North Carolina School Board's conference in Greensboro. Any other comments? Do I hear a motion that we adjourn?
I make a motion we adjourn.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And we are adjourned. Now, West Caldwell, if y'all will.